Whoa.
All right. How you doing tonight, Base?
Doing well, how are you, my friend?
Not too bad. Just winding down. Got some time off work coming here. Looks like my
Ooh, very
Discord
nice.
stream quality is awful. Let me change that.
Oh no.
At least on my side, it looks super blurry. YouTube looks okay, but
I was gonna say the Discord might just take a moment to balance itself out, but
here, I'll
that's
just
okay.
reshare it here. There we go. That's better.
Is this would this happen to be a season event?
This is a season race. This is race 2
Excellent.
of the season.
That is what we're talking about. Let me. Oh, wrong live timing link. Whoops. And there we go. Okay.
We got quite a few cars on track. Should be a pretty
Indeed.
decent one. Got about 12 cars.
I'm excited. We've got a special audience member shout out to Mr. Pogo for hanging out in the Discord stream lobby itself. Hope you're doing all right this evening, my friend. But back to the racing. We've got a cool little race happening this evening. We've got GT3s at LeMans. Fan favorite. Oh, we get the good camera angles too. That's nice to see. We get the real live broadcast angles. We get a crash between two drivers at the end of the practice session.
Looks like
hopefully
DZZC and Bengineer here. Having a little bit of contact.
Oh, looks like these guys are duking it out. Get a bit of a feel for how the brakes may be, especially going into turn 1. So we see Bengineer going a little wide.
Yeah, it looks like there may be some pace discrepancy today, but we'll see if some of the other guys jump in and are a little more comfortable with the car track combos.
Oh, going back. Oh my goodness. Flying through. Pushing each other out of the way. It seems that DZZC was not a fan of the antics.
Is the Discord stream still getting kind of blurry for you? Or does it look okay?
That would be oh, it's looking good right now.
Okay.
Looking great.
It just on my side it keeps getting all pixelated, but I'm not sure if that's just my end.
I have been seeing it in the mini display, but not when I'm focused on like if I've been typing it goes blurry, but if I'm focused on the actual window itself, it stays pretty consistent.
Alright, sounds good.
So I'm feeling good.
We'll play around with the CMRT broadcast again. Try and get a little bit more acclimated with it this time. I'll go through and look at my keybinds real quick. We've got
the stream does appear to be frozen. Oh, it's coming back. Here we go. There we go. You were tabbed out. That would make sense.
Got best laps, track info, weather info, wind info. Then we've got our sectors. Hold and right click. But nothing is popping up. We got lap averages, we've got our gap. Alright. Well, maybe we'll just let it run and just do everything the normal way this time around.
Yeah. Where do you, where we have it,
Whoa.
the camera kind of run the show, or, oh, we're going crazy. Oh, hello.
Jumping from the track cam to the drone cam didn't make it very happy there.
No, it did not. That was unfortunate. We've got Mr. Posh flying down past Tetra Rouge onto the Mulsanne Strip.
Yep. Looks like there's a couple guys still out on track. Just waiting for this overtime to go through, but it should end soon, and then we'll jump into qualifying. Looks like Posh
This
is running
BMW sounds so goofy.
Little short on his gears there, huh?
Yeah, I would say he probably needs to go in and lengthen those gears out just a little bit, but... Or maybe he's just not shifting up all the way. No, that's... 4th, 5th... 6th... No, okay, that's 6th. Okay. Alright, there we go. What in the world? How could an engine possibly sound like this? There we go. Man, that looks phenomenal. Excellent POV camera. What our driver is seeing.
It's that sound from the external camera on the car for some reason.
Yeah, a little strange, but hey, that is life.
Right,
I'm loving this camera angle.
Here's out here.
Yeah. Oh. As we see Posh at the end of the Mulsanne into the dirt as he carried a little too much speed coming into the corner, but gets back on his way, doesn't touch the wall, keeps it rolling. Special shout out to Ayash, who was briefly in the audience as well. We usually love to see him and his antics on track as well, but in this case, we're excited to see what the rookies can cook up and what they'll get up to. We see Speed Bump currently at the top of the practice field. We're 8 minutes into this overtime. That's crazy.
Yep, it just finished. It's just flipping over now. So
there we go.
You're looking at a 4-minute base lap. There is quite a bit of room here for things to go. I think I may be missing something. Oh no, I did install the livery pack. We're good. Thought that maybe I was missing it. I was gonna pull it in quick. We take a look at Speed Bump's car just to confirm. His new livery does match the one that's assigned on the server. So we should be good to go from that standpoint. Whose car is this? Flemmy. Like his is just showing pure white right now. And that is supposed to be a Guinness car. So it looks like that one might not have installed correctly. The rest of them do appear to be on and correct. But my game did just crash, so...
Oh!
I guess I will pull that down again. if this ever fully crashes on me. Right, so there's that. We'll reinstall this livery pack quick. Do manually here. And we will rejoin. We should be right at the start of qualifying, so we shouldn't miss any times. Yeah, they're about halfway through their first lap here, so. Drive, jump back in.
We're gonna jump in.
Not sure why it crashed on me. It did the same thing last week, so, or on
Yeah.
Monday, so.
Yeah.
May have to do some troubleshooting at some point. But for now, let's see what these guys got going on. You guys set some base laps here. We'll just let the auto cam run and keep our eyes out on it.
Looks like we've got everybody out on track right now, including Posh, who's following behind the back of the group. Took his time. I'm intrigued to see who's going to take advantage of some slipstream, especially down the Mulsanne. It won't matter on this outlap, but as we hear some cars going through the dirt there, we'll see who's going to be helping each other out using the slipstream back and forth. I think that's going to be the best way for people to be moving up on the leaderboard. They'll be able to jump a few places, even if their overall pace in the clean air is not going to be absolutely terrifying. They'll be able to work their way through the field using that same slipstream.
Yeah, definitely. And all these cars are just showing up red for me. I'm fairly certain that these guys have liveries assigned. We just installed the livery pack again, both manually and automatically, and through Content Manager. So I'm not entirely sure why these liveries aren't showing, but we will figure it out for the next race on the broadcast here. I'm sure there is something that I set that's just not quite right. It looks like the broadcast is still... What's going on? Oh, there we go.
Little pixel. Oh, there we go. Starting to catch up. Oh, really pixely. I'm sure it'll jump in just a moment back to normal.
Yeah, I had to refresh my web browser because for some reason the streams were not playing over there. So I just wanted to make sure that it was actually active.
Gotcha. Well, I assume we're live now?
Yeah, it's been playing. It just
okay, cool.
Showed clear for me for some reason.
Also, is that a Gran Turismo livery on that Audi?
Yeah, that's Speedbone's car.
Is that?
So.
Oh, that's incredible. Man, what an awesome livery. Well done, Speedbone. Love to see it.
Yeah. So what are you expecting to see in this race today? We're just starting in quali. I'm not entirely sure what people's paces are like. But yeah. Typically this track favors those higher top speed cars like the Lamborghini. And even like the Nissan.
Yep.
So what are you expecting these lap times to look like for these guys?
Well, from judging by what we were seeing in practice, it seemed to be pretty the general consensus, the average seemed to be roughly around 4:01, 4 minutes flat. And well, with some people that were dipping into the 350s, speed bump being one of those drivers. And there was a couple. Somebody that I am looking to see. Hopefully, they join at some point. Is Mr. Clutch Russ if he's assigned to the championship? I see he has a logged time, a stored time in the timing server, but I do not see him on track. So hopefully, as we see Mr. Speed Bump with the purple first sector, we do have currently at the moment the fastest final sector is Hax Vert. But that may be from his outlap, so we'll see what happens as Speed Bump winds it up for his first flying lap. We're following along with him. Currently 2 seconds ahead of Mr. Haxvert's Sector 1 time. So we'll see what this is going to line up to be. See, Soup has had some contact with the environment. Hopefully he's doing okay. He seems to be stationary around Tetra Rouge, but gets out of the way of Posh. Forgive me if I mispronounce some names. There are some new people here.
Yep, there's definitely some new names that we...
You can't miss Mahatma Gandhi. That one you can't miss.
Yep.
You can't mess that up. That's awesome. We got Soup, Posh, Mr. Gandhi, Clemmy, Bengineer, Seb Bellew, Mr. Big Dean Energy. I'm looking forward to seeing what he has to say about this. Currently, he's on a really solid lap time. I would say on track to be P2 as of right now. We're going to see what Speed Bump has to say as he's coming up to the Sector 2 timing board around this bend before he gets into the... oh, is that the Porsche curbs? Yes. Got a couple drivers in Indianapolis right now. Mr. Brendan and Haxford following each other. DZZC following close behind, along with Ness. That is our top 5 on track at the moment. That is just the first 5 in order. Speed Bump, Sector 2 on fire. About 0.7 of a second ahead of Mr. Max Furt. So the rest of the field is clawing back a lot of that speed in Sector 2. Speed Bump seems to be doing something that nobody else can do in Sector 1. So we'll have to see who can improve. We've got another 21 minutes, just shy of 22. Speed Bump in the Ford chicanes. Clean. Takes a big chunk of the curb, but keeps two tires within the white lines. Crosses the finish line. Our first flying lap, 3:57.49. An excellent lap.
Yep, that looks like Brendan is going to be the next one to come across the line here.
In the UPS livery, UPS drivers and employees.
So 4:01, a little bit slower than Speed Bump there.
But a solid lap time, a really solid opening lap time,
yep,
especially if you're taking it easy.
Yeah, definitely, very solid. Got quite a few guys coming across
attacking the brakes. Oh, yep. We'll follow along. We've got Big Dean Energy. Wow, within 100th of Mr. Brendan. That's unbelievable. What an excellent lap. Ness in P4, warming it up. I think he was waiting for some other drivers to pass, so he waited on that first flying lap, but now he's
coming across.
attacking. Engineer with a yellow Sector 2 and 3, but looking to improve as he starts another flying lap. Seb Bellew in the Nissan. Is he our only Nissan driver on the field today? He appears to be. I'm rooting for this guy right now. As we have a driver off track. Looks like Mr. DZZC. Somebody was affected by that. Looks like Clemmy. Clemmy may have had to avoid contact there, so we'll see how this goes for the rest of the lap. DZZC picking himself up out of Tetra Rouge. As we see on the Discord end, I'm sure it's going to smoothen itself out momentarily, but it looks like a 1950s recording. It's so pixelated. It looks like real footage, though. It's awesome. Of Mr. Seb Bellew coming into the first Mulsanne chicane. Roaring his way around. Following the green Lamborghini here. Who is that on track ahead of him? As we see, goodness, Mr. Haxford has crashed out in the first Mulsanne chicane. He gets passed quickly there by DZCC. But something catastrophic just happened to one of our fastest drivers, Mr. Haxford. That was unfortunate. We see Seb Bellew lining up the second Mulsanne chicane. Very clean line from Seb. Really liking what I'm seeing there. Not as fast as Sector 1, but doing a really good job. Oh. Oh boy. Game crash?
Yep.
Wow. Damn. Damn. What the hell? What's going on?
I'm not entirely sure here.
That's crazy.
Jump back in right away. Race canceled.
Yeah.
Game crashed again
My
on me.
goodness.
On launch.
Oh.
What is going on here?
Hello, Kegels. I see you. I see you. Oh. Stock AC. Stock AC.
I'm so confused
This is
on
interesting.
what is going on right now.
Yeah. Yeah, this is strange. Wow. Well, I'll try to keep our, I don't know, are we even streaming right now?
Yeah, we're still live.
We are.
It's just
Oh, okay. It's having a good old time. Well, viewers,
crashing for some reason.
some technical difficulties that are it's truly beyond my pay grade of understanding in computation. But we're back. The HUD is up. We're catching up with some of our drivers. The stream is instantly clean. Look at that, sounding and looking phenomenal. Oh, what an interior view! I never get to see this this view from the interior of the car. I've got mostly dash cam when I'm driving, but Mr. Big Dean Energy with a big crash in Indianapolis. Oh my goodness. Arnage. Big crash at Arnage. Looks like he flew off track. We're catching up with Mr. Brendan here. His best lap of 4:01.7. P2. Still just 1/100th ahead of Big Dean Energy. Looks like he may be going back to get fuel. As we see Ness coming through the Ford chicanes. Oh, lifting off the throttle to cleanly get through the corner, but he sticks it. Might not have been a valid lap. I think he may not have. He may have exited the track at some point there, or that was his out lap. We'll find out shortly.
I just spilled my drink, so I'm going to leave this on auto cam for a minute. I will be back in a moment.
No problem. I do that. I can't tell you how many times I've been about to stream or about to drive in a race and I knock over a can or a cup of something that is not going to be easy to clean up. Happens to the best of us. We're following along currently with Mr. Speed Bump. Oh. See, one of our fermenters, Mr. Seb Bellew, set a wicked fast lap time of 4:01.403, and Brendan improved to a 4-minute flat .413, so just about 1 second faster than third place Seb Bellew. It's a long lap. A lot of time can be made up in small ways. Suddenly the conditions are changing, the track grips up a little bit, your tires are in a better window, and you can brake just, 5-10 meters later, and that gives you an extra couple tenths on that particular lap. Trying to hold it together, Mr. Speed Bump in the Mulsanne corner, the end of the straight. An excellent exit. It's currently up 0.6 on his previous best lap time. It's really sticky. He's absolutely flat. Minus 0.6. Improvement. Very steady, very consistent from Speed Bump. What we like to see from our... I wouldn't call Speed Bump a rookie driver per se, but I mean, man. Many attempts. He's driven LeMans with GT3 with some of our drivers at Venus Motorsport as well. But as a benchmark for a lot of these rookie guys, and as just a cool person who is fun to hang out with and a great resource for course and knowledge, has helped both Venus and the real rookie servers time and time again. Not just an excellent driver, folks. Mr. Speed Bump. As we see him absolutely destroying the Porsche curves. The Audi staying flat as it corners.
Right.
The car is set up super well. Welcome back, Mr. Fulton. Welcome back. We've got Speed Bump coming up to the Ford chicanes right now.
I can no longer
a
hear
sublime lap. Oh. Now that. We are having some technical difficulties of the ages. Oh, Speed Bump. Still improving? Oh, no. Okay, he's still improved, but that final sector was not quite what he was looking for. As we're following with Nessa in the Lamborghini, similar engine to the Audi. V10 layout, mid-engine. Much different aero package. Much different chassis package, but
yellow sector 2, but he is improving throughout the rest of his lap here, it looks like.
now, with all four wheels off the track there, I'm not sure how lenient the track limits are going to be with Mr. Ness here. I'm going to follow along on the live timing. He does appear to have done a lap cut. Unfortunately, this one won't count. He appears to have taken quite liberal use of the curves on the first part of the Ford chicane, but the second was absolutely blitzed. Mr. Ness, the 404, it does say yellow or orange on that last lap time, so I'm going to say that is not going to count, unfortunately, but currently sitting in P7 with a 4 minute 10 seconds, 0.603.
Let's see here. So we've got Benjineer coming around finishing a lap here. It looks like it's not an improvement, maybe an outlap here. So we'll jump back to
why don't we check in with Mr. Soup? Well, we'll check in with Seb first, but let's afterwards we'll check in with Mr. Soup and see. Let's see how Seb lightens this one up. I'm not sure if this appears to be an outlap.
Yeah, this appears
so he's going to start flying.
So we'll jump down to Soup here.
As I was following along, he did appear to have a car that was letting him slipstream that gets out of the way going into the Mulsanne corner in the all-black Lamborghini. All the brake discs glowing red hot. Gets an excellent entry to the Mulsanne corner. Gets a good exit. He's going to leave. Who's he following along here? Mr. Gandhi. Mr. Gandhi in the McLaren 650S. Giving Soup a nice dose of slipstream. He's 3 seconds up on his personal best. What can Soup put together with the Lamborghini in Sector 2? I'm excited to find out.
Yep, there's still plenty of room for improvement on these cars. We can see he did not improve in Sector 1, which means that he must absolutely be flying through Sector 2.
Live timing showing a 2-second improvement. I'm not sure if he was able to keep it within the track limits there. We're going to find out when his second sector time comes up. It doesn't show red to me. It's showing green. But I'm not sure if that's, can't hear commentary on here, but can hear it on YouTube. Interesting. Interesting, Mr. Fogo.
Can't hear commentary on
Discord, I wonder.
Oh, that's strange.
Maybe it was him. I'm not sure. If Kiagolski can pipe in, that would be wonderful. In the Discord chat.
So it looks like Soup is still 3 seconds up on his best time. That would be on pace for a 4:02.
Should get him right up there with Mr. Mahatma Gandhi on lap time. We're going to find out.
Comes across 4:02.057.
Yes, an excellent lap time from Mr. Soup. Does a great job. Goes off track. He's probably going to reset from here. He's got 10 minutes.
Looks like Seb.
Probably enough time for two fast laps.
Broadcaster's curse. No. As I click over to Seb here.
No.
Looks like Ness is live timing's just lying to me. He's on par with his best. So we'll jump over to Dean here, who is up a second on his time currently. comes across just under that 4-minute mark. So we've got 2 cars here that are broken into those 4 minutes. Speed bump is still about 3 seconds faster than Dean, but there is plenty of time in qualifying with that overtime to get those fast laps in. Let's see here. Looks like Next did just improve to a 403. Jump around here. Looking for anybody who may potentially be on an improvement. It looks like Gandhi's up about a second on his lap right now. Coming into the Forza chicane, the Mulsanne straight. And we will see what kind of a lap he can finish out with here. No, or a personal best in Sector 1 here. A full second up on his lap.
Dang.
I think the track limits on this version of Le Mans are fairly forgiving as long as you don't touch the dirt. Going around that corner, I think that it does count as within the track limits that as defined. So Gandhi up a second and a half coming into Indianapolis here. Yeah, I'm not sure why Discord would not be playing any audio, but it is. I mean, I can hear you, and
yeah,
the audio seems to be coming through on YouTube. So
yeah, hey, well, we will take what we can get.
Yep, looks like there was a little bit of time loss in Sector 2 there from Gandhi, but he's still up about a half a second on his best. So it looks
Set
like
value
he
up
is
big.
On for an improvement here. As soon as Gandhi's lap is done here, we will jump over to Seb. It looks like he's just finished Sector 1. He's on into Sector 2, just getting to the end of that long straight here. So as soon as Gandhi's lap finishes, we'll see what kind of an improvement he can put up, and we'll jump over to Seb.
Gandhi up nearly a full second. What can he do in the final chicane? Oh, he goes wide! No, Mr. Gandhi. Oh.
A little bit of broadcaster curse.
Truly
Seb
unfortunate.
up over a second as well here.
Wow. He's up big.
That rear wing on this Nissan is just absolutely massive.
It's huge. It's crazy. It's a.
It looks a
one
little
might
bit
say unnecessary.
ridiculous.
Yeah. Thank you, Kunos.
We have about a second and a half coming into Indianapolis here. Which is about the same
beautiful line
type of improvement that we were seeing from Gandhi prior to his mishap out of that final corner.
Oh, come on, Seb. We see Seb coming through the Porsche curves. The Nissan is especially heavy, or at least it feels especially heavy, especially boat-like through corners like these long, high-speed corners where You're really relying both on the mechanical grip of the car and the downforce that your car provides
So it shows
to push the
Brendan's
front
lap.
end down.
It shows Brendan's lap here on the timings as a 4017. However, it does look like he put up a 4-minute flat, or a 4-minute .4. It must have been when
Yes.
we were having a bit of our technical difficulties there.
Yes, it was. I saw he jumped up while we were
We've got another
in
car
cleanup.
breaking
Because
below
we see
4 minutes
Seb.
with a 3:59.7 flat.
Absolutely wonderful.
Jump back over to Gandhi here. No current improvement, but on the live timings, it's showing me a slight improvement. So we'll jump over to Soup, who is up on his previous lap time here. I think Speed Bump might be happy with his lap with that 3:56. With the overtime in play, everybody should have time for another lap if they leave the pits within the next minute or two. So I would expect this overtime to go probably 6 to 8 minutes past the end of the session, depending on how Buggy set it up. So
It is LeMans. I do forget that the track does dictate that you need some especially long overtimes because of how lengthy it is, and we see Soup going off track there. He might even return to the pits. We'll see if he tries to gamble. He might think he's... I'm not sure. He might be done. He might be done. It's currently just him and Speed Bump in the pit lane. Everybody else is out on track. Seb Bellew down about 0.2 of a second, but looking to improve as we see Ness. Oh my goodness, he's hopping the curbs. Just sending it over Dunlop. Oh, rifling through the corners, maximizing the width of the track, which is exactly what you need to do with the Lamborghini. Pushing the limits of what the car can handle. Lining himself up for Tetra Rouge, takes it flat out, or nearly flat out. He breaks early, but keeps a lot of momentum in. Slingshots his green Lamborghini down the Mulsanne.
Yep, he's up a full second just through sector 1 here, so we'll see
what
kind of an improvement he can manage to pull together.
I'm telling you, man, there's a lot of these drivers once they get a little more comfortable. There's so many setups for these cars in Setup Exchange. I know I saw Soup discussing what would work for him as we see Ness barely hanging on. I don't know.
Lost a lot of speed though.
We're gonna find out. He is.
Throw all that back. Okay.
Oh, as we see Big Dean Energy. Hold on. Big Dean Energy set a sublime 359.7, or sorry, 359.8. He's only a tenth away from Seb Bellew. Oh my goodness, in the Ferrari 488.
Yeah, looks like
Brendan's
he's in
time.
the pits right now. So
Brendan's time, unfortunately, just slowly trickling down just off the podium of the qualifying positions.
Yeah, I think the biggest difference here right now is Brendan's time was set on a set of medium tires.
Oh, I see that we just had some contact between Haxfurt and DZZC. Oh, they might. Are they bumping each other? Are they bumping each other? Is there a bump draft going on? I think he's just following him now. Is there any green? I see Posh is up on his lap time. Ness is still up on his lap time. Seb Bellew is up on his lap time. So we see DZCC,
up
unfortunately.
on his lap time as well here. But
huge.
Posh is up big. He's up 1.7. Seb is up about 0.2. Ness is up about 2 seconds as well here. So let's keep an eye on this one as they round out. Haxfurt should be coming across the line just before him. Seb Bellew coming across the line first. Improves by a fraction of a second here. But it looks like there may have been a track cut.
Oh, yes. It appears that it was. It was, man, he really only gained about, 0.02 of a second on that lap, but must have been because of that track cut, honestly. Yep. Oh, as we see Haxfurt. Oh.
Yeah, I'm not sure if that one counted as a cut or if he's still within limits, but he did lose a lot of momentum with that bit of a slip there. He is still improving. but nowhere near the 2 seconds up that he was. So let's jump back to
Oh,
Ness,
Ness.
who ended up
Oh, Ness.
teleporting.
Oh, no. He just returned to the pits. Oh, my goodness. What a shame. With some big laps lining up there. Who is this? Is this Hacks?
Yep, this is Haxford, who
Is
is
he up
improving by 7
still?
tenths. And a
Ooh!
4:03.9, no improvement in position. There is an improvement of time there for him.
I'm really liking what I'm seeing from the field spread, though, as far as lap time. It's
Yeah,
really, really solid.
it looks like everybody is going to have somebody to race, which is one of the bigger concerns on this type of a track. Um, looks like Posh may have went a little wide and ended up with a cut there, unfortunately. We do still have a couple cars out on track. Seb with no improvement. Soup ends up going a little bit wide there. So we'll just follow Seb as everybody else is in the pits at this point. And this should be the last car that we see go across the line. That still
Yeah.
has time for a improvement.
So, Bill, you may be just getting a little bit of extra practice in there, taking advantage of the lengthy overtime. Really pushing the limits of the braking capabilities.
Yeah, we'll see if he can manage to find any more time here. We do see Brendan has gone back out on track, but I don't think he's going to have time to get a full lap in. Just get a little bit more practice in. Does look like he's on the medium tire still, which he may be planning to use for his race stint here.
Sebellu improving on his lap time, knowing where to make less mistakes. He's up big coming out of, I want to say that's Indianapolis, but
Yep, Indianapolis.
is that Arnage?
Into Arnage here, but it looks like his exit wasn't quite as good as his previous best lap. That doesn't mean that he can't find some time in the Porsche curves here and claw back a little bit more time.
He seemed to go a little wide, so if he tightens up that line going into the Porsche curves, this first long right-hander, let's see what he does. Later on the brakes, maybe. Carries, ooh, he's dancing around that. He did make it cleaner, but
yeah, it looks
still
like he
within the
broke
same
a
10
little bit earlier, allowing him to get on throttle a little bit quicker through the corner and get a little bit of an improvement in here.
Very clean exit.
You can see he's losing some of his delta time in some of the corners, just trying a few different lines here. But overall, it does seem like there is a slight improvement to be had on this lap as long as he gets through these last couple of corners of the Ford chicane cleanly. And
What a sublime Ford
big
chicane.
time gain out of that final exit there. 6/10 up on that last lap there for Seb. We do have a couple guys
That's
out
huge.
just running some additional practice laps here. I anticipate that the overtime here will end shortly.
He's reeling in speed bump on these on these sector times too. He's within a second of him everywhere. So I'm really looking forward to this, especially sector 3. He really nailed sector 3 on that last lap by Seb. Really, really, really well done. Congrats to him and the Nissan. I know how unruly that car can be. But for him and Big Dean Energy to both get under 4 minutes is really, really well done by both of those drivers. 3 different cars for the top 3 in qualifying. I know that Audi is, oh man, it's a complicated car. It tends to be very understeery, especially in high-speed corners. And building a setup on it that will like handle that, but also work in the window and won't oversteer on you as soon as you turn the wheel, and change that weight balance throughout a corner per se. And it can just be unruly. And like especially during Okayama where I've driven that car, some of our other endurance races, it's It's a handful, and for Speed Bump to throw down a 356 is nothing short of fantastic. So well done to him. Well done to both of those Ferrari drivers, Big Dean and Brendan.
Yeah.
Our fastest Lamborghini soup.
And I know Speed Bump is a fan of the Z4 and the Audi. So he's probably pretty comfortable in that Audi. Seb in that Nissan, this is a new car for him. I don't think he's ever raced it in one of our seasons. In fact, I don't know if I've really ever seen him on track with that car. So it is
I don't think so either.
Nice to see him picking up that Nissan and bringing it up to the front of the grid like this. Dean is a Ferrari driver until the end of the days. So he's very comfortable with that car. He knows that car, the ins and outs of it. I fully expect to see some more pace out of him as the session goes on. Just as he gets a little bit more comfortable with the track. I'm not sure how much practice he was able to get in. Everybody else on the track outside those top three is fairly new to our seasons, as far as I'm aware. But I have not followed our GT3 splits too closely. Usually I'm pretty busy on Fridays. So. Overtime should be ended within the next minute or so here. And we will jump into, I believe, a 45-minute race for the full event here. Yeah, it looks like a 45-minute race with 250% fuel rate.
Ooh.
So there
That is awesome.
Definitely will be a forced pit stop in this one. So if we jump over here and we look at the time differences, Speed Bump definitely has a pretty clear advantage over the rest of the field, just in raw pace. So we'll see if he can maintain the consistency and avoid any trouble in the beginning of the race here. As overtime comes to an end, just shy of that 8-minute mark, and we jump into the race event here.
Oh, did I wait? Oh wait, okay, sorry. Seb is okay. No, he's at 315. I thought Dean took the lap time away from him somehow. He said Canadian sweep. I was like, wait a moment. Oh no, it is a Canadian sweep.
It is a Canadian sweep. The top three, all Canadians.
Oh my gosh. I was like, wait a minute.
Yeah.
Well done to the Canadians in real rookie racing. You guys are fast.
Well, and Seb is in a more French part of Canada, so that just makes sense, right?
Mm-hmm. It's true. He knows what it's like.
So whoa, what is going on?
Ooh.
Why
don't we do a little bit of a... Why don't we do a little rundown of the grid? Starting at the back of our grid, we have Mr. Clemmy in the BMW. He set a 421.8. That was his final lap. Mr. Bengineer in P11, he's set a 414 of 0. Oh, as we see...
All right.
We're getting ready to start our race. We got about a minute 15. I'm going to run it from the top. We got Bengineer P11. Did a 414.0. DZZC did a 410.0 in P10. Posh in P9. Lining up in the BMW. 406.49. P8 is Hacks Vert in the Audi. A 403. We're starting to push the pace here. 403.9, I should say. Ness in P7 in the second Lamborghini. 403.6. Mr. Mahatma Gandhi is in P6 in the only McLaren. No, sorry, the leading McLaren 650 GT3. The other is DZC. Mahatma Gandhi did it in 4:02.7. Soup in the leading Lamborghini, 4:02.0. Brendan, P4, 4 minutes flat, .4. Big Dean Energy, about, what is that? 6/10 ahead of him, 3:59.8 in the Ferrari. Seb Bellew, P2 in the GT, Nissan GTR, 3:59 flat. And of course, our pole sitter Speed Bump, 3:56.599. As we get ready for 4 red lights to come on the grid, we're following along with Speed Bump. And the lights are out. We're racing at LeMans. Speed Bump gets an excellent start, but Seb does not. It's got Big Dean Energy jumping up into P2 here. Soup into P3. Seb getting swallowed up by the rest of the pack. He's going to have to recover a lot of places, down to P10. Oh my goodness. Oh, we've got a lot of contact. People trying to make up places. Some people going ahead and missing the track. We've got one car, Ness, spun around. Recovering, though, stuck to the back of the grid with Clemmy. Oh, as we see 2 drivers take each other out. Oh, Brendan and DCZC. Oh, that was unfortunate. Looked like the driver that was on the inside was not affording racing room and was given the contact. I'm not sure if the driver on the outside turned in or not, but man, that was extremely unfortunate for our opening lap. We're going to hope that both of these guys can recover. We've got a third one. Nope, just those 2 at the back of the field. Clemmy in P9. Brendan and DZZC. That is really, really tough. We're entering the first corners of the Mulsanne chicane. Speed Bump beginning to extend his lead, showing where that gap really exists between the top driver on pole and the rest of the field. Already a 1.5 seconds in front of Big Dean Energy. Dean's going to have a lot to work for when it comes to that top speed. He seems to be keeping up with speed, but his acceleration out of the corner just seems to be helping him out. Soup lining up a move into the second Mulsanne, tucking back into the slipstream, biding his time. Not forcing Dean to do anything. Oh, we've got Ness and Mahatma Gandhi making contact. I'm going to see if anybody's around. Everybody seems to be going forward still. Maybe it was just a little rubbing his racing. It's like a little bit of side contact between those 2 drivers.
Looks like everybody's still moving, at least. As we see Soup going for a move on Dean here, potentially, in that Lamborghini, that straight line speed. We can see that taking a pretty big play on that straight. But the agility of these other cars, looks like Seb has managed to work his way back up to P4 after that rough start as well. But he is closely followed by Haxford.
Honestly, a little rear end damage will not hurt the Nissan GTR.
Damage is set pretty low for this one too. I think it's around 25%. So,
very nice.
A little bit of contact, a little bit of spinning shouldn't take these guys out of the race entirely.
That seemed to be why we had Brendan and DZZC recover so quickly, but I don't know, that wall contact coming around the first couple corners of the race is, man. Oh, as we see Ferrari go off in the background.
We got Ness taking advantage of that and jumping up to P7 here. We got Benjineer and Mahatma Gandhi immediately behind here. Ooh. As he goes, is he going to go for the move here?
He's looking for it. Let's see. There's a little bit of contact.
Porsche curbs, a little bit of rubbing his racing, and we see Ness go out wide. A little bit scary on the almost rejoin there.
Gandhi and Ness did have a little bit of contact, but it seemed like Gandhi was able to survive the majority of it.
Some pretty close fighting in the back here. We see Benjineer fall back a little bit, flipping places with Ness, and we see Mahatma Gandhi. And
Posh,
these guys
Benjineer
having some issues here.
Oh no!
Towards the back. See if everybody can get moving again.
Oh my goodness.
Unfortunate for these guys. Fortunate for DZCC, who has the opportunity to catch up a little bit more due to those contacts. We'll jump up. We see Seb Bellew did manage to move up to third place, and Soup is in pursuit. Gotta jump back again here to Brendan, who is only 0.2 back from Clemmy here, going down the straight into T1. As Soup has fallen back a little bit from Seb Bellew, giving us some breathing room to pay attention to these guys fighting towards the back a little bit more. As Clemmy has a
Seb
little bit
Bellew
of a
with
wide
a
moment.
purple. Oh no. I do want to say Seb Bellew with the last lap was not the fastest lap of the session. However, he did have a purple sector 2 and 3.
Yeah, if we look
About
at
half a
that
second
time
quicker.
difference, he was 15 seconds behind at the start of the race there with the rough start that happened. So if he would have had a on pace sector 1, that lap time would have been a 3:55 or a 3:56. Wow. He would have been matching Speed Bump's qualifying pace.
Wow. So Seb Bellew really getting comfortable in the car, starting to push. Let's see what he can cook. I'm excited to see if he can give Speed Bump a little bit of a run for his money here. He appears to only be, what, 2 seconds behind the leader?
Yeah, currently, so Speed Bump, or Big Dean Energy is 2 seconds behind Speed Bump, and Seb is 2.5 seconds behind Big Dean Energy here. I'm looking at these guys in the back because we've got 3 cars within a second of each other. From Mahatma Gandhi P11 all the way up to Posh and P9.
Ooh.
And again, this is
good racing.
2 BMWs and a McLaren. We see a little bit of brake locking, but nothing too major. Plenty of room. Good clean. Side by side through the corners here. Mahatma Gandhi did get the short end of the stick there and bailed out, but it looks like he had a better exit out of the chicane. And potentially going for a move down into this next heavy braking zone here. We see him creep past Clemmy here. And now he's going for a move on Posh. He's looking for that speed. The McLaren does have a little bit better top speed, a little bit more agility than some of these other cars, one in the right hands. We see Seb Bellew has closed down that gap to Big Dean Energy to 1.5 seconds. And Big Dean Energy has fallen back about another 0.7 from Speed Bump.
While still maintaining his gap to Mr. Speed Bump. Ooh.
Yeah, if we look at
purple sector 2 by Seb.
We'll switch this to the behind leader just to look here. He's within 5 seconds. We'll keep an eye on that and take a look back and forth through here. As time goes on, these are long laps. There will be a pit stop that comes into play here. And the pit entry of LeMans is pretty different. This is, I guess, how I would say it.
Very different. Very different. Very different from your traditional racetrack, at least.
It looks like Seb is going lap for lap with Speed Bump currently. But he has closed down onto Big Dean Energy here. Speed Bump put up a 3:59.6 on that last lap, and Seb put up a 4-minute flat. It does look like that 4-minute lap was a little bit unclean there, but that is okay. As Seb takes the inside aggressively coming past Dean.
But he got the job done. He did get the job done. And to be fair, there was no contact. It was a little scary with him looking like he was starting to lose control of the rear end of the car, but he saved it. Stomped on the brakes, kept the car under his feet, and he gained the position. Now that Ferrari is going to have a little bit of an advantage from slipstream there, which is nice for Dean. He should be able to hang on to this podium position, hopefully. Oh, as we see DZCC making big contact with a barrier. Clemmy also making big contact outside of just off of turn 1. in the Dunlop chicanes. He's getting himself turned around, but 70 km/h crash. That is
Ooh,
not
and
a
Bengineer
small
does
one
the
for sure.
same.
Oh, as we see
Going into the S's
Bengineer!
here.
Oh my goodness.
We
It's
see
a long race.
Mahatma
45
Gandhi
minutes is a
has
long
made
race.
his way back up to P9 here. And we've got Big Dean Energy still within a second of Seb Bellew. Some of these other laps have
Oh
split
man.
out a little bit.
Ness with big 170 km/h crash at the first chicane, the first Mulsanne chicane. You can see his front hood has popped up a little bit there. That is just unfortunate. He was really running great in qualifying. He's doing good now. Honestly, P6 is a great job. Just got to maintain that, keep the speed going. You can see some
Brendan
drivers
and Gandhi had a little bit of a
having
moment.
some issues.
Brendan got the worst of it here, but it
Ooh.
brought Bengineer back past him. Looks like Brendan had spun a little bit trying to get his tires, or trying to get his car turned back around, and his tires probably got a little bit of a heat spike there, because it looked like he just kept spinning afterwards. We do still have Big Dean Energy here within 7/10 of Seb. He's keeping the pace. He's keeping up with him throughout this track so far. Seb Bellew has fallen back from speed bump a little bit, and that gap has increased to 6.5 seconds. We'll keep an eye on these gaps, but we'll keep an eye on these two right now as they are the closest in contention for this race.
We just gotta see. We'll see if
here as
speed
well.
bump. If he makes he made very true. Speed bump made a mistake in the last race that we had on stream where he made a crucial error of locking up in his pit box and missing it by just a few meters and having to reverse in, which caused him to lose the lead of the race. Now, I'm not saying that I'm hoping to see that, but with speed bump throwing down the lap times on the medium tires with everybody else except for Ness on the softs, we also see the Bengineer and Brendan on the mediums, but one would expect those medium tires to begin to fall back or to have been colder on the start. So that's I would say that would probably explain Seb and Big Dean being able to keep up in the first couple laps. But as the stint goes on longer, those soft tires are going to degrade, and speed bump is going to gain more and more of an advantage.
Yeah, I can't imagine that these soft tires will last too many laps on a track like this. So I'm wondering if these guys are planning a double medium or a medium soft, or if these guys on the softs are just planning to run the softs the whole time. We do see Haxford coming alongside Soup here across the start-finish line, going into T1, T2.
Whoa!
Up the Dunlop curve, taking the wide line, leaving just enough room on the track for Soup there, and making the pass stick going into Dunlop chicane where he loses the rear of the car
unless
slightly.
He doesn't keep it. Oh.
Letting Soup work his way to the front.
He's but he's motivated. He's motivated.
Looks like we did lose a driver, unfortunately. This track is pretty frustrating if you don't get the practice in and learn your corners. But if have Big Dean Energy has fallen back from Seb Bellew. We see that gap extended to 2.5 seconds. Meanwhile, Seb is slightly closed the gap on speed bump here. Now that he's not following Big Dean Energy, I'm wondering if he's going to take advantage of that clean air and push hard to catch up with speed bump.
He is running within, I would say, should be within the same second in lap time with speed bump on this current lap. So intriguing to see how those cars are going to differentiate throughout the race, and seeing like where the Nissan's going to be good with. Maybe it's got as the car lightens up, it's going to be faster and faster, and he's going to be able to manage his tire wear. I'm intrigued to see if he switches over to the mediums or if he's just able to make the softs work, for the whole stint. I don't know if he'll replace his tires during the pit stop. That's going to be intriguing to see. So if somebody maybe speed bump is regretting his medium tire choice at the moment.
Well, I think the tire tire wear is still set to 100%, but fuel rate is set to that 250%. So, I don't know if the medium tires are going to last a full 45 minutes at Le Mans. There are those long straights that give the tires a chance to cool down, but this track is not easy on tires. Looks like our grid has spread out a little bit. Our closest battle right now is Mahatma Gandhi chasing Tosh down here within a second. But everybody else has spread out a little bit more throughout.
How Gandhi has made it to P7 is a wonder of the world. I don't understand.
It's the McLaren, man. There's a reason why we have this car blacklisted for our fastest drivers.
In the Your Forger livery, that's crazy. That's nuts.
I'm gonna turn on the auto cam here since there's not any super close fights going on. And we'll see.
Excellent.
Looks like DZDC did have a little bit of a contact with the environment, but he is still moving. I do see Soup complaining about his gearing being a little messed up as well here. So.
I was just thinking about that comment. I was wondering as I watched Hax go for the move. Hax has a crash with the environment, just again chasing down Soup. Oh, that's unfortunate.
Yeah, it looks like he
speed bump puts in the fastest lane.
Had a little bit of a problem on the exit of, is it the Porsche curves that he was just going through there? Yeah. We see speed bump put up that 359.6. Seb is only about 6 tenths slower than him on the last lap there.
I actually don't think that was his last lap. I think that was the CMRT glitch there.
Yeah, actually his last lap he was about a half a second faster than speed bump.
Yeah. You know what? It may be because you had to. No, but you were here for the whole race session, so I'm not sure. Either way.
Yep, the whole race session we've been here so far. So just that crashes during quali. So we see Brendan heading into the pits. It is almost halfway through the session. I'm wondering if he's planning on taking a stop now and then finishing out the race off of this pit stop.
We also see Bengineer in the pits.
We do see Soup has managed to close in here on Big Dean Energy. He's within a half second. Dean must have had a moment. He's fallen 11 seconds back from Speed Bump here. Or from Seb Bellew here. We see Soup think about going for the line,
oh
but
my goodness.
doesn't quite push through.
Ooh. He does take advantage of that good swing on the different line compared to Dean here, though. He's going to get the run of a lifetime down to the Mulsanne corner. Looks to the inside. Gives himself some space. Let's see what Soup can do. He's put himself up onto the podium at the moment. Now, Dean has a lot of work to do, and he's done he's done such a great job on that Ferrari so far. Oh, he's going for the move again, looking for the return, knowing that Ferrari has a little bit more to give on the brakes. Dean is going to stick it in the slipstream. This is a great race between these two. I'm excited to see who finishes on the podium. If we do end up having a clean 1-2 between Speed and Seb, we'll find out someday.
Yeah, and we see Speed Bump just put up a purple Sector 1 on this last lap. So he's still pushing hard, but Seb's only
Seb
a
was
tenth and a
within
half
the
behind.
10th. So it's a good lap from both of the fellas up in P1 and 2.
Yeah, if we
That
jump
is
up,
a great race.
we jump up here and we look at this, we can see the lap time difference here over the past 4 laps. So we can see speed bump has been consistently quicker, but on the last lap here, on lap 4, Seb was about a half a second faster.
With 25 minutes to go, it's honestly, it's anybody's to win. DZZC unfortunately having another connection with the environment and ended up disconnecting from the race. DZ, thanks for coming in, both you and Ness. We'll see you guys next time.
Yep, it's
good to have you in the race.
Definitely a frustrating race, though, or a frustrating track. If
it's 45 minutes at LeMans. It's a war of attrition. You gotta know your stuff and be comfortable with the car that you've been given. And for some of these guys who may or may not have had more or less time to practice and bed themselves in with the setup, they're gonna have different expectations. As we see Dean diving into the pits, still P4. We've got Haxford, who's going to take over P4 shortly, still in the Porsche curbs, though. So Dean may even get out scot-free. We're going to find out. Haxford.
And Gandhi's still clawing at the back of the cars. He's fighting his way up to P7. He's within about a second of P6 at this point.
We see Dean now down into P5, but we'll see how these pit stops shake out. He's going to undercut the majority of the leading pack. Pretty much everybody, it looks like. So Soup, Seb, and Speed, and Hacks all have their pit stops to do. We're seeing a lot of the field. Come on, where's Dean at on track right now? He is coming out of the Dunlop curbs.
Just ahead of
right now. Posh. Yeah, just 2 seconds, man. Seb with the fastest final sector of the race. Man. Oh, he must have made a mistake somewhere. He was up 8/10. I'm not sure if that's true anymore. No, he still is. It seems to be. We're going to have to check in with him shortly. He's made up a big chunk of that second on speed bump.
Looks like he's about even with his personal best. Meanwhile, speed bump improving about 2/10 on this lap so far. So we'll go ahead and put this up like this and jump back to wrong one. To this one. So we can see their delta time there at the bottom of the screen. We can watch that come and go. And keep an eye on this closer battle towards the back between Gandhi and Bosch.
Yes. Excellent.
I'm gonna have to build a special macro pad for this so that I can label all the buttons.
I know.
We've got Gandhi closing in within a second here of Bosch. Entering into the Michelin chicane. I'm trying to...
Everybody except for Posh and Gandhi pushing each other as they start to set faster and faster lap times. They seem to be the only two drivers improving out on the track at the moment. Both of which on soft tires for their respective.
Looks like Brendan is up on his time as well, but he is quite a ways back at this point, but he has pit already.
So we'll see how that's going to shake out. A lot of these pit stops should bring a bunch of these drivers that are further ahead on track back into the clutches of the rest of the field. So I'm genuinely within the next couple, at least this lap or the next lap, we're going to see some pit stops.
Yep, we see
Certain.
Speed Bump and Sam Bellew have gone past the pits again here.
Ooh. I see Speed Bump in the pits at this very moment. Seb Bellew also diving into the pits.
Yep, it looks like they are just now diving into the pits. They've got 20 minutes left. jump up to
Let's see
Mahatma
if Seb
Gandhi
can make
and
it.
Bosch. But let's keep an eye over here. Seb is just entering the pit. Speed bump is in his grid box, or in his pit box already. So
Oh, he had to go further. That is unfortunate.
see if he can make up any of that 7 seconds as Soup stays out on the track and ends up passing Seb and Speed bump in the pits here.
Soup for the lead.
Seb is
How
still
has
in
he
his
managed
box.
that
Speed
fuel
bump has
economy?
just left here. We see Hector is just now entering the pits. Seb is still in his pit box. However, he should be leaving any second here. There he goes.
Yes, there he goes. Oh, that's a bigger gap than it was before, unfortunately. But Speed Bump is put on the soft tires. Now that is intriguing. I was waiting to see if he was going to make that move. He has much less time on this stint than he started with. Well, at least 5 minutes, I should say. 5 minutes less on this stint. So he can afford to wear the softer rubber.
Yeah, one thing to note about the Audi with those soft tires, though, is that one spin or one mistake and those soft tires are shot for at
That is
least a good minute.
Very
So
good point, yeah.
if he has
man.
a single mistake, this could be a costly decision to put those softs on.
And the Nissan can run those softs all day. It'll cool those tires off no matter what, I promise.
Yeah,
No matter how much tow you put into it.
Yeah, the Nissan's such an understeery car that it can just run those softs for days. Very similar to the BMW.
Yes.
But these mid-engine cars are very hard on their tires.
Yes. Yep, they really eat at them, especially the Lamborghini. So we see Bengineer with a 200 kilometer per hour crash with the barrier at Indianapolis. That is unfortunate. He seems to have a red front wing, heavily damaged. Hopefully he can bring it into the pits. Has he taken his pit stop yet?
He has not.
Yes, he's taken one.
Yeah. Now we can see that bonnet is pushed up.
Oh, yeah.
Looks like he may have some suspension damage, and unfortunately we have another retirement from the race here.
That is going to be it for the Bengineer. Ben, thank you for joining us. You had a great race. We will see you next time.
As the grid has spread out a little bit over these pit stops here, we'll go ahead and turn on the auto cam and let that take us to the cars and just keep an eye on these gaps as time goes on. Soup is currently in P1, but he still does have his pit stop to go. You see who else still has their pits. It would be Soup, Posh, and Clemmy. All still have pit stops to go.
Speed, Seb, and Dean, all roughly the same gap to each other. Oh.
I'm gonna have to have Cameron make a full screen ad for when those white banners go up.
Oh, that'd be awesome. Let's get a CRD.
Yeah, right.
Banner.
Right now we've got our. We're using his logos for the top there. You can see it says Real Rookie Racing. It cycles between that and Techly Racing up on the top of the leaderboard.
Nice. Very nice.
So we've got both of those up there. And then if I can get him to make a full screen ad so we can avoid that plain white that shows up on the left there, that'd be amazing.
Perhaps the closest gap between any two drivers right now.
Perhaps we could even get that full screen ad to go with the current season standings. That'd be a nice pop-up on the leaderboard there. Looks like Seb may have had a little bit of a moment there as he falls back pretty significantly from Speed Bump here. Unless it's just a CMRT timing issue, which it may be. But it looks like he is 14 seconds back from Speed Bump at this time. Over here. Look at these times.
Yeah, something.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah,
yeah.
he lost
It
6
looks like he lost
seconds.
about. Yeah, something strange happened there. Must have had a spin, or a half spin.
We see Posh going to the
We see
pits.
Posh.
Looks like Soup is out for another lap here. I'm wondering if he's
Soup is
just looking
still
to
out on track.
splash and
Where?
dash on that final stint, or if he's managed to somehow fuel save.
Oh, dude. He's up a second on his best lap time.
Yeah,
Is that true?
unfortunately.
Is this true? No, he's up half. Or no, that's speed.
Yeah, speed bump's up a half second. Soup is up a full second, 8/10 currently.
Ooh. Okay, Soup. Okay, Soup. Let's see him dip into the 3-minute 59s. Let's see it, Soup. He's probably got it. He's got to come into the pits. I know he's well, no, he really hasn't lost time since the last lap. He's only lost like half a second, so he's killing the game right now. He's looking for telemetry. He's looking for telemetry. Fuel. Oh. Oh boy.
Let's see here.
Oh, is that a live fuel updater?
I think it's supposed to be. But it doesn't look like it's giving fuel for any of these other guys. It must only work in offline races.
Gotcha. That makes sense. Kuno's app. Oh, Brendan. Whew. Speed bump's up big on this lap. Speed
Yeah, it
bump
looks like he's up
big.
about 7/10. Brendan's up 3/10 on his lap.
I fear Soup made a mistake. He made a 4-second mistake. He made a 4-second mistake somewhere. He lost, maybe even 5. Oh, man. Oh, man.
I'm wondering if he misjudged his fuel. It sounds like he's short shift and running those lower revs right now.
Oh, no.
Yeah, it looks like he forgot to
No!
calculate his fuel. He has to teleport to the pits, unfortunately.
Oh, Soup. Oh, Soup. No, dude. Oh, man. What a shame.
Yeah, like
I was really holding out for him there.
Looks like he unfortunately did not calculate his fuel properly, and he ran a little bit too long and had to teleport to the pits there.
Soup. Oh, what a guy. That is a tough one. Looks like he's still stationary in the pits at the moment as well. He might be locked.
Yeah, I'm sure he had a control lock from the teleport.
Oh, that's a shame. Yeah, he's moving again. Oh, my goodness. What a heartbreaker for Soup, man. Soup. The commentary, the broadcast crew, and the audience, we're thinking of you, of your potential podium. There is Speed Bump throwing down the marker. Race lap time 3:58.7.
Looks like we do have about 13 viewers, 8 on the Real Rookie Racing channel and 5 on the Typely Racing channel, as well as Kiage hanging out in here in the Discord with us. So thanks everybody for tuning in. So we see Brendan closing within 3 seconds of Posh here. We'll see if he can close that gap down a little bit more. As time goes on, we'll look at the last couple laps. The Posh must have made a mistake here, as he was 8 seconds slower on lap 7.
Woo.
Lap 5, the difference there is likely the pit stop, because I believe Posh pit very early.
Oh man, Speed Bump is going for it, dude.
Yeah, we see Seb Bellew has fallen back 19 seconds from Speed Bump. Looks like we are going to have that top 3 Canadian podium that we were talking about at the start of the race, as long as nothing happens in the next 2 or 3 laps that they have remaining of this race here.
On board with Clemmy in P8. Then Brendan back into the pits. Something must have happened. He's had 4 pit stops. My goodness. You have to wonder what makes a fella stop. Maybe fuel strategy, something's going on? Not sure.
Look at the best lap times here. We do see Speed Bump does have that 358.7, Seb Bellew with the 359.8. And then it looks like everybody else is still in the 4-minute laps there. For the time being. If we look at the intervals here to see if there's any gaps that are closing up, it looks like everybody's pretty spread out at this point, which is fairly expected on a track like this with mistakes being made and getting caught up in some nonsense. As we see Clemmy finally coming into the pits in the Z4 here.
Oh my god, how did he do that, man? Clemmy!
BMW
Great job,
fuel.
man.
It's just
I always forget.
dip in fuel and it's easy on tires. That's why we usually recommend that Z4 to our first-time drivers, just because it is one of the more friendly cars to drive and to get comfortable with driving fast. Clemmy's late pit stop may bring Soup into the ability to race against him here towards the end. Looks like he's just entering the 4 chicanes here, so it may be a little bit of a gap between Clemmy and Soup. I'm not sure he's going to make up that 30 seconds or so over these last laps unless Clemmy has a major moment at some point.
Soup is lying though, 401. I don't know. You know what? If I know that last stop made Clemmy's lap quite slow, but we're gonna have to see. I think he just might be able to do it.
Yeah, looking at the
see a final lap
fastest lap times, it may be a final lap battle between Soup and Clemmy here.
That's what I'm thinking. Might be at Indianapolis, might be in the Porsche curves. We'll see.
He's about 20 seconds back now, but his fastest lap time is about 18 seconds faster than Clemmy's fastest lap time. It looks like Clemmy's not having the greatest time. Although his lap times there, or his best lap time would not show any potential faster lap that does have a cut. So it's possible that Clemmy is pushing faster laps, but he has cuts on those laps. As we see, looks like Seb has mostly aborted, and he's just trying to keep it clean here throughout the rest of the race, not making any mistakes, just to hold this position.
Bring her home. Bring the Nissan home. As we see Soup! Soup had another moment. He's returned to pits again. Soup must have, it seems like he may have abandoned. He looks like he had a big moment. That is quite the shame. Low fuel warning mid-lap and run out of fuel in the same lap. That is what 250% fuel usage will do to you. Unfortunately. Soup. You ran a great race, man. We have our 4th disconnection. Our 4th loss of the race. LeMans is unforgiving. It is brutal. Yeah,
it is definitely a battle of attrition.
Yeah. Man, I can't say how awesome it is that these drivers, that some of them are, maybe this is their first, regular attendance race championship, especially for, endurance or sports car stuff. So getting a race like this under their belt where it's not necessarily, you don't need to go the full hour, but you get a good length of like a full 45-minute stint in there at some pit stops. I think that's some really great experience for some drivers that are either newcomers or just want to get some more endurance under their belt in a setting that's the stakes are lower than say the 24 hours of iRacing Le Mans.
Oh yeah, definitely. And I mean, I'm all too familiar with going in raw to a long Le Mans race. Like
Yes.
one of my first,
Yep.
one of my first, my first endurance race and one of my first collaboration races with Venus was racing with Jawa in the 4-hour Le Mans that you guys put on. What was that? 2 years ago at this point.
Oh yes, that was a 6-hour.
Oh yeah, 6 hours. Me and
You
Jawa
had to
split
drive
that
at
one
least
up.
3.
Yeah, me and Jawa split that one up. And I will say I was definitely not very consistent. I was definitely not very very quick on the track, but I think we ended in the middle of the pack, so we were pretty happy with that.
I remember a lot of the time, like you and I would be flashing each other on the straights when we would get to the end of the Mulsanne. That was when I would see you the most.
Yep.
Or in the Mulsanne corner, at least. But I have many good memories from that race, even though there were some tough moments between different drivers, or just like some inconsistency for myself, or just things that happen in racing. But what sticks out to me is was that the Senf GT3 solo victory at Le Mans? Was that race? I think it might have been.
Yeah, I think so, because the Marcos team ended up
Oh, that's
having
right.
a connection issue.
Oh,
and
yes.
losing their like 1 or 2 lap lead that they had. So I believe Senf ended up winning that one. Yeah.
Oh man, that was what the fact that we can even remember that just off the top of our heads is incredible. Like that shows how much this track leaves an impression, and the people that you race with as well really leave an impression. And when you're able to grow with those people as a driver, and as a lot of these guys as friends, it's been such a great time to engage with the community at large, and see what's happening all around different parts of our little niche, our sim racing place. Little ramble for the people. You guys get a Le Mans ramble from the commentators. This is the real experience.
Yeah, it's a lot of fun.
We got the real deal. It's a lot of fun.
And
thanks again to everybody who's joined us so far.
Yeah, just thinking back to that race, right? That was what, February of probably 2023.
Yep, it was.
Just thinking back on how much I've improved as a driver since then. It just shows that just keeping your head down and finishing these races out, despite the fact that you're not doing the greatest. Obviously, if you're not in a good headspace or something like that, feel free to bail out if you need to, because it's never worth the additional stress. But just putting in the time and the effort to improve as a driver across the board has a huge growth factor. In a track like this, where you're putting in these 4-minute laps, where the lap time is long but not Nordschleife long, and it's technical.
Yep.
But you also have those long straights where you can breathe a little bit, is a great opportunity for drivers to improve themselves.
You really get that. I could not agree more. And you really get that, especially with those O's. We see Brendan, the fading in the 11th hour, having a few moments going wide in a couple corners, but you know what? He keeps it going straight and out of the wall. Yeah, well done to him.
I'm sure there's a little bit of fatigue going on at this point.
Oh, it's got, man. Even the best of drivers after 45 minutes straight of Le Mans are starting to sweat. They're really. That is really the. This is really the time when, as we see, every driver except for Brendan up until that point was a fair bit slower than their fastest lap. So everybody's seemingly starting to take it a little easy. They're settled into their positions, just looking to finish out this race and hang on to that. Hang on to their positions. I should say my overarching point is, like you said, those long straights give you that moment to breathe. So you get this nice flow of up and down with the intensity and how much you have to be your focus throughout the race. So you get a lot of that up and down mentally, both having to engage physically with the car, and then you get that moment to breathe and think about what your next inputs are going to be and what your next steps are, how far into the stint you are, what the situation is around you. And it's it's a full mind and body workout for a driver, this race.
I was going to say, a speed bump has the decision to make on whether or not there's going to be another lap, and it looks like he has decided that yes, there is going to be. He crossed the line with about 10 seconds left, meaning that everybody's going to need to do one more lap of this race to finish this one out.
There will be a 12th lap, so hopefully the drivers that made pit stops earlier, like Mr. Dean, who's climbed his way back up into third. Soup putting on such a good fight until that major incident and having to disconnect. He, like we said, it was complaining of gearing issues. That was what we said earlier. Those, one of those things where if you're not super familiar with how to set up a car, which is the case for a lot of our rookie drivers, that you're not going to know what to adjust, and boom, the race is starting.
It looks like Big Dean Energy did underfuel and has to come in for a splash and dash towards the end of the race here.
Oh, Haxvert is going to take P3. Oh my goodness. Wow. That is unbelievable. I didn't think we were going to see drama for the final podium position, but Dean, unfortunately... Oh man, what a shame.
Yeah, unfortunately,
what a shame. That's commentator's curse. I said it because he stopped earliest compared to everybody else, but the Ferrari not able to sit the fuel like it needed to do. That is quite the shame, but great for Haxvert. He's put on a show. Final lap. For almost everybody, it looks like Brendan will be the final driver to cross the line. He's going into the pits, as a matter of fact.
He's crawling into the pits.
Oh, is he? Oh man, he might be out of fuel.
Hopefully he has his clutch down so he can engage that and post into his pit box.
Was he in a Sebastian Ferrari racing suit? Oh, Brendan, you can make it, man. You got it.
And unfortunately, there's no contact in the pits, so that we can't back out of the pit box in our broadcaster car to push him into his pit box here.
Oh.
We'll watch as he doesn't have enough.
Oh, Brendan. Oh, no, dude. Oh, okay. It looks like he might have hit the return to pits button. Brendan.
Yeah, it looks like he had to teleport to pits.
Shame,
he'll just have one more lap here to go.
A very valiant effort. Oh, he's out of the pits though. There we go. He is still ahead of Clemmy. Clemmy crawling to a stop, it seems, at the end of the Mulsanne. Is he out of fuel too?
Looks like he may be.
Oh no. Hax. It's flying past him. Here comes Big Dean. Coming down the Mulsanne past him. Speed bump. Flying his way through the Porsche curves. Oh, what a shame.
Watch Speed Bump take this one home for us. Going through Corvette into the Ford chicane here
unfortunate
to finish this one out.
For the final time, Speed Bump on the 12th lap. 48 minutes in, I want to say. 49 minutes into the race.
Yeah, about 49 minutes to cross this
Crosses
line.
the finish
Speed Bump in P1. We'll jump back to Seb Bellew, who's about 20 seconds back.
Congratulations, Speed Bump. You did a great job, man. That was excellent. Really, really well driven. As well as to Seb Bellew in the Nissan GTR. You know, it's not every day you see one of your mainstay drivers switch up their vehicle, but he did it. And he finished P2.
Finished P2.
Just 20, what is that, 20 seconds behind? Haxvert, unbelievable drive. From all the contact on the opening lap, pushing his way through, staying pretty consistent, I would say. It looks like Hax's fastest lap was at 4:02.9, and while it wasn't necessarily faster than Dean, he had the right strategy call, made the right pit stop, kept his laps good, and he finishes the race P3. Well done to Haxvert. Oh, Clemmy said needed 6 liters more of fuel to finish. Oh, heartbreak for Clemmy. Heartbreak for Big Dean.
This Big Dean
who
coming
was
across the line
on
P4.
Oh man, was on for a podium, ran out of fuel, had to make the stop. Very unfortunate timing for him, but a great drive from Big Dean Energy. A great drive from Posh. P5 in the BMW. Extremely well done.
Yeah, Magandhi.
His last lap
his
was
way
fastest.
all the way up to P6. We'll just cycle through these guys as they finish out their last laps here. Hopefully the overtime is long enough for everyone to finish their final laps here. It's always heartbreaking when the overtime ends right before you finish the race here.
Oh, as we see Brendan have a big snap of oversteer in the Porsche curves on the final lap. Gets his car rolling again. Spins his tires. Hopefully we see him able to cross the finish line. I believe that's going to be P8 for Brendan, is it?
I believe so, yes. Either P7 or P8, I'm not sure with everybody leaving. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. P7.
We'll see momentarily. Excellent. Really well done from Posh and Brendan. Brendan memorably having that big contact lap 1 and being at the very back of the grid, having to recover. You know what? We see a lot of those guys stick their heads down, stay determined.
Yep, make it through for the end of the race here.
There we go. Well done to Brendan. Well done to all of our drivers.
Thanks everybody for tuning in, for joining us. It's a big race. A lot of time goes into practicing and setting up for a race at a track like this. So big thanks for everybody who has managed to stick around. And thanks for tuning in for the broadcast tonight. You have anything to add before I end the stream here?
Thank you to you, Josh, and to all the Tech League Racing and Real Rookie guys. You guys are great. Awesome events, and keep doing your thing. If anybody's interested, come join them at a Real Rookie Racing Discord. Events every night of the week.
Yeah, and links to the Discord are in the description on both streams, so feel free to jump in. All right.
Have a great night, guys.
Yep.
Thanks for joining us.
Have a good